Oh my God, get off of it with the aspartame thing,
You're
okay? I
killing
know
yourself.
it's not good. It's not anthrax or asbestos. Do you know what asbestos is? Remember, it was in everyone's schools when we were little? And you know,
Well,
the
no, they say
janitors
it's in
used to smoke in my school.
Yeah, they had smoking. Didn't they have places for... Why don't we talk about smoking and cigarettes on every show?
episode.
Sponsored by Marlboro Lights or Eve Light 120s, the cigarette of Grandma Betty. Grandma Betty cigarettes are like this.
I like your couch shirt.
Very corduroy.
Corduroy's very cool.
I love corduroy. We have a corduroy couch and I love it.
Okay, I like your
Okay, wait.
stupid T-shirt you didn't even try to get ready.
Look at the knot.
Don't. Is the show on yet?
Look.
Don't. It looks like a rat's nest.
It is. There's a giant knot in my hair.
Hashtag weaves.
Testing.
We
1,
spent
2.
so much money
Volume.
at
Microphone.
gas
Test. 1, 2.
on snacks
ABC.
and drinks. Like
1, 2, 3. Hey, babe.
You know
Babe,
me.
there's a microphone for you.
Sorry, we haven't even started the show yet. We are worldwide with all of our 4 followers.
good day to you, folks. This is real.
Your 2 grandmas and my mom.
My grandmas are dead. Thanks a
Mine
lot.
are too.
Rest in peace, Grandma Betty, Grandma Boots. Hey guys, this is real. Welcome to the Smoky Mountains. I'm JP Miller.
I'm Leslie McCarter.
We are the Regis and Kathy Lee right around here of Sevier County. That's what people are saying.
I like your workout shorts with your...
You don't know what we have on under the table.
He has blue workout shorts on.
The tolls have gone up. Remember when tolls were like a quarter? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What?
It was $4.25
to get through the toll. I always get anxiety coming up on those. I'm like, oh God, do I have a sun pass? Do I not? Like, what's going on? Like, whatever. Me and Natalie seriously did that. And I stress out and I'm thinking, am I going to get a ticket? Am I going to get pulled over? Like,
one time I only had 7 cents in the car.
What if you don't have enough money?
I threw it at the thing and I went, I'm sorry! And I kept driving. I swear to God. Isn't that funny? This is real.
This is all I have because I spent it all on snacks at the gas station.
I did. I had 7 cents.
Burger King.
And I just
why?
went, I'm sorry.
I want to know why every time we go on a trip, even if you don't go on a trip, if you stop at a gas station to get gas and the kids come in, do they not want to buy something everywhere you go? And I'm like,
I do too, though.
But we're really good. You know, I'm whatever about trips and the way me and Waylon eat. We're pretty healthy. We try to be, and trips are the worst.
Pepperoni roll.
As I just ate a pepperoni roll that JP brought me back from West Virginia. But literally, we pack snacks for and I'm trying to pack the healthy things. And Aaliyah's like, okay, she's got her snacks, but even if she has her snacks, she will find, by golly, she'll find something she wants.
Something she has to have.
But I'm kind of that way too. I'm like, can I get a nut grain bar?
That's a nice souvenir from Withville, Virginia. I think I'll start collecting postcards or John Wayne angel figurines.
We drive out to Newport. We stop at a gas station like, a Newport keychain.
Yeah, look, a Newport tie-dye. Macy always wants the tie-dye shirt from wherever we are.
Or a koozie.
And she's like, we're at Walmart. And she's like, Daddy, can I get this pigeon board tie-dye hoodie? And I'm like, no, tourist. Hashtag, we live in the Smoky Mountains. Come see us.
Gosh.
Speaking of pepperoni rolls, I grew up in a small mountain village in West Virginia.
In the hills of the Appalachian community.
So back in the day, a lot of Italians immigrated, whatever that means, to my town.
Is it gone?
It's gone.
Oh. Well, she liked it, though.
Well, I brought this prop to show you. A pepperoni roll. Picture it.
We ate the props.
Back in the day in the hills of West Virginia, the Italians, Genevieve.
What's the meaning of this? Oh, here.
Put it on camera.
There was no pepperoni in it?
No. There was no pepperoni in it for real?
Open it up. There's
Shut up,
no,
you
can see where it was in there.
Oh,
this is a conspiracy.
This is an outrage. And look at the hair hanging from my hand.
You see the spot where it was.
I
The
know.
indention, Aaliyah.
I swear. You picked them out and ate them before you gave them to us,
No,
JP.
either she's fibbing.
Smell her breath.
She's fibbing or the dog got it.
The dog's not going to dig out the pepperoni.
Uh-huh.
This was a pepperoni less pepperoni roll.
The show is taking a new turn.
Dun,
Tomorrow's
dun, dun.
Bakery, you're under investigation.
The case of the missing pepperoni sticks.
Here's the story. Picture it. You're a coal mimer.
A mimer?
Coal mimer.
I'm a coal mimer.
I said that.
So he
That's
put
someone
coal on his face to do the miming.
Right.
Right.
I'm just kidding. It's a coal miner.
Why am I acting like I'm blind?
This show is already
Really bad. This is real bad.
Wow, you've adopted JP's laugh. Great.
Picture it.
Sorry, babe.
The Italian immigrants, Genevieve, packs her husband John D's lunch to go work in the mines. A loaf of Italian bread Jenny put on her apron that morning and baked. Well, John gets down there with his thermos of wine and Italian bread, and that's my Aunt Becky's parents' names because they're Italian. And so he's like, Babaloots. That's an Italian word, I think.
Bubbaloots?
Or maybe that's just what Gigot calls John Paul. I'm not sure. Anyway, the John D was like,
Excuse me. It was the
so
pepperoni
John D was
roll.
like, Jenny, that is not sustainable enough for me in the coal mines. That is
Oh, mimes.
I'm being funny. It's show business.
You can't say the word.
In the coal mines.
Cool
and
vibes.
it's not, I need something more sustainable. What about a fish or something? And she's like, what about if I baked a stick of pepperoni in the bread and that would give you some protein? Hashtag, I'm a
And
fitness
fat.
guru. Well, we didn't have turkey or whatever was healthy back then.
Is this for real? Is this a real story?
Yeah, well, it wasn't Aunt Becky's parents, but this is the story of how it happened.
How they were made?
Yeah. So they fight whether it's Clarksburg or Fairmont. I'm not sure. Rosemary Thomas will say it's Fairmont. But I'm not sure. But anyway, that's how it started. It was just the guys needed something more sustainable for lunch. Mm-hmm. And just instead of a loaf of bread and a thermos of wine. I don't think they took a thermos of wine. I saw that on the Golden Girls.
Yes, they did.
But that's how pepperoni rolls got started. And it's become a miracle all around the Clarksburg, West Virginia area. But
Obviously, Aaliyah's pepperonis have been resurrected. I don't know.
Did she find them?
No.
Oh. We are going to look into this. If you work for Tomorrow's Bakery, tell us what could have happened. Or maybe you're a pepperoni roll expert like I am, and you've seen this pepperoni disappearance before.
Maybe when they were coming down the thing, the pepperonis fell out somehow.
In the bag?
What's worse?
It was in a wrap
Having
bag.
something missing or finding a straight pin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
last
even
year.
called them yet. I
From
found a
show.
straight pin in my bag of beep. How do you spell like apple?
Apple?
Like, no, like, I'm looking for an apple. How do you spell like? I'm looking for an apple. An apple.
I mean,
It's an apple.
You're
A-N.
pronouncing it wrong.
Or
but
I'm looking,
for an apple.
a chair.
Chair. It's just A. It's just A, but I know what
I
you
know
mean.
I'm being funny. That brings us to
Are
this
you?
game that Waylon, the sound man, who's I guess a part of the show now, is
He is
going
very
to do
much
for us. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, if you haven't picked up on that, and neither is Leslie. I've always was the first to be knocked out at the spelling bee. And
I wasn't good enough to be even asked to be in the spelling bee.
No, I never got past when the class had to stand up and they're like, JP, spell car. And I'm like, K-A, and everyone's like, oh, he's stupid.
K-A-R-E,
And
car.
they're like, but he's funny.
But how does the cat like her steak?
Meowed.
Rare.
Oh, I forgot about her comedy. Hashtag, if you went to school with me, I have my own show now. I didn't win the spelling bee. Randy King. He was the smartest person in our school, I think.
You remember all the people that you went to school with?
I do. Okay. Well, I was talking about spelling because Waylon's got a game for us. Waylon.
Are we playing a game?
What's the game today?
Okay. I didn't have time to look up any words, so I can name some words for you to spell, but I won't be able to check them to see if you're correct.
Why can't you look on your phone and do a spell check?
'Cause genius, I'm using my phone to videotape this.
Really?
Do you want to use mine?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Okay, tell us when to start. And I would like some type of graphic. And this is called, let's see, do this with me. Buzz, I'll fly away.
And 3.
That's right, it's buzzing time. That means it's the spelling bee. This is real spelling bee with Waylon McCarter as judge and your favorite contestants, Regis and Kathy Lee of the Smoky Mountains. Welcome.
Is that why Leslie's dressed up like a bee today?
It is. We planned that, and that's why
Coincidence.
I'm dressed up.
I am not
A beekeeper.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Are you saying that you're the keeper of this bee?
Oh,
Whoa.
my hair's falling out.
Oh no! Oh no!
Seriously, cut it. Let's start the spelling bee.
All right, so I Googled. You can do this at home. Google
turn it
hardest
down.
words to spell,
Okay.
and this is the list.
And whoever wins gets a pepperoni roll with no pepperonis in it.
Hi.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hi.
Spelling bee.
Hi, I'm JP Miller. I'm a senior at Liberty High School in Clarksburg, West Virginia. I'm a president of the Beta Club
Oh my
and
gosh.
also
thought he was
the
just gonna start calling
historian
out
of
more.
the Key Club. I'm also on the lacrosse team. And in my spare time, I like volunteering at United Hospital Center as a male candy striper and being in my church youth group's jazz choir.
I'm Leslie McCarter. I'm super excited to be here.
You have to be like, I'm 17 years old. Like,
I'm not doing it.
fine.
No, Waylon.
That's why you weren't voted
I'm
most popular.
40. I was Miss Sevier County High School. You better shut it.
Most popular Trumps. Am I right? Class of
There was no
93.
Miss Popular. Oh, my eyelash.
They don't have that now.
They
And
never
I
did
think
have- they never
that's
had-
awful because
Popularity is important.
absolutely.
No, it's not. It's stupid. It's all stupid.
Okay, Leslie, spell,
No, I'm not.
misspell.
Huh?
Use it in a sentence,
Oh,
please.
misspell.
Wait,
I-
Waylon has to
like
use it in a
I-
sentence. Misspell you?
Misspell this word.
Misspell.
Mhm.
MISSPELL.
Correct.
Woo!
See, I think most people misspell because they don't think of the double S.
The two S's.
They just do one S.
I really want some noisemakers. And I want
All
some
right.
props.
So, Leslie
I
won.
get 10 points.
JP, Zara.
10 points.
All right, JP, here's your word. Pharaoh. Like I am the Pharaoh of Egypt.
Pharaoh. PHAROUH. Pharaoh.
Close.
Oh.
It's
Okay. No,
F-
no, no. I
Oh,
get to
do
try
you-
now.
Okay.
F. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
PHAR.
Oh. You going to the mall today? Are you going to the mall today? Billy Madison.
PHAROE. I don't know.
Wrong again.
That was
I don't know.
horrible.
I think JP was closer.
Yes.
How is it?
The correct spelling of Pharaoh is PHARAOH.
Pharaoh.
Okay,
Waylon, put
either
the
way.
word at the bottom. I think that's clever.
Next word, please.
It's my turn.
Actually, it's my turn. That was your turn, and you missed it. So I
Leslie,
get to try.
What, Pharaoh?
Yeah.
your
It was
word
your word.
is weird. Let me use that in the sentence.
I got it.
Your co-host is weird.
Oh, no.
Weird. WEIRD. Weird.
That is correct.
I knew that as well.
I'm just
So,
going back and
just
forth
saying.
from the list, but I think JP's getting the harder ones.
Big shock.
All right,
you're trying to
JP,
make me
your
look
word
stupid.
is-
Someone from West Virginia.
Oh my God.
Actually, heavens to Murgatroyd.
Ugly.
Listen,
Okay,
we're going to
carry
do some merch for you 104 fans.
Oh,
and
4.
I was wondering
Oh, we're at 128 now.
if I wanted to do a shirt that said like a hashtag miracles and then said like this is real or whatever, and then so that would be like JP's Pacific merch. But what's Leslie's catchphrases?
I'm hot.
Hashtag I'm funny.
I'm hot, but not that smart. What makes it?
Jesus, take the real.
Jesus. Jesus, take the reins.
That's the name of our show. And I also think I might
Take it from
start TikTok.
my
I think I'm gonna
hand.
go on TikTok.
That's our new song.
And I can't
a
do
bumper at the
it
beginning of the show.
on my
I mean,
own.
not her singing it,
Keep
but-
singing.
I can't remember the
I'm
song.
letting go.
Don't Carrie
so
Underwood will give it to us. Okay.
Speaking
So
of
we're-
Patreon, we have a Patreon now, but there's no buttons where people
And
can donate yet.
we have to do
We're getting
that.
on that
I
now.
have it already. Listen, we're very
have the
much off
different level-
track.
the different levels?
Yes, I have
What's the
3
next
tiers.
word?
Three
Here's the
tiers?
deal. We're in the middle
No,
of the spelling bee.
This is real.
And
Go.
I'm
It's
winning.
my turn.
What was JP's word after weird?
I might edit all that
It was
out.
house.
That is not
HOSE.
it. People do not spell house wrong. House.
All right,
That's
enough.
for like a 5-year-old.
Enough.
For these few moments, we are going to be taking time for our ASMR.
First of all, last week Leslie's like, text me like Tuesday at 11. I forgot to tell you, Aaliyah and I are at the beach. We took our...
We're at the where?
The beach.
Okay, the beach. Make sure you say that clearly because I just thought you were cussing.
Cut it out. I didn't cuss. So big surprise, they take their jet to their mom's private, whatever.
Our
they
island.
own a timeshare.
Excuse me, it's our island.
So
And
they
it's
leave
actually named
Waylon, #servant, to fix the pool, wash the car, shuck the corn, feed the dog, slop the pigs, everything. And he also had to train me because he's my second best friend. Third, actually. But
Freddie.
Because I'm your first.
Nathan's always like, it's always Freddie.
It's always
Dang you, Freddie.
And if you ever look at our phone pictures on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, you can tell that she puts this film over her face. Don't hit me again.
It's called a filter in 99.999%.
But if someone sees you in real life, they don't even recognize
That is not
you.
true. Most people. Says the one who has a ring light and makeup on.
I have a skin disorder.
We don't have a filter on this. This is real.
Put one on.
This is real.
Get some of that smoke in here.
The only thing I have on is makeup.
The crew smokes.
Okay, back to the game. Spell intelligence.
Wait a minute. He did house.
That was not. He made that up. That's not an official
See
word.
See how smart she is? That was hit too. And spelling.
I have an ingrown finger.
JP, spell the word intelligence.
Could you use that in a sentence, please?
Yes. JP has 0 intelligence.
Intelligence. Intelligence. I-N-tell
You're pronouncing
E-N-C-E.
You're pronouncing it.
Intelligence.
You didn't say the letters.
It's the same thing.
Okay, say it again because we were confused.
I-N-tell
You can't just say it.
Intelligent.
You got to say the
Say the letters.
I have a learning disability, and it's right in my mind, but it doesn't come out of my mouth, so I spelled it correctly, phonetically.
So say it again.
Phonetically.
Okay, intelligent. INTELLIGENT. Is that right?
The word was intelligence, and no, it's wrong. I get a chance.
I'm not saying it, but he spelled it wrong, and he spelled the wrong word. I didn't say
You just said
intelligence.
spelt.
Intelligent.
Waylon said spelt. Waylon
Wait, is
said
spelt
you
not a-
just spelt the wrong word.
Wait,
Spelt.
is
Spelt. What?
Spelt is a word.
No,
No, it ain't.
spelled.
I just said no, it ain't.
Spelt or spelled?
You spelled the wrong word, or you spelt the wrong word.
I'm sorry. I'm from
Partner.
Severe.
I'm
Count it.
sorry, but
Obviously.
I think spelt should be a word if it's not. Okay, intelligence.
tell.
INTELL.
Wait,
Dance.
start over.
INTELLIGENCE.
Correct.
Whoa!
So she's smart and hot.
This is hilarious, baby.
What is happening? Why? Oh my gosh.
I'm crying. Okay. Woo!
This could be a special episode of
Oh
Just
my
Spelling Bee
gosh.
because it's so long. Am I right?
No! Nobody cares how to spell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
JP! I'm gonna die! Daddy!
Oh no, there's aspartame and asbestos in this pen. I'm going to get an asbestos pen.
Ready and action!
Spelling.
JP, spell the word pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Could you use it in a sentence, please?
The word is pronunciation. Is
Pronunciation.
that a bad sentence?
Pronunciation. P-E-R, nunce. I know those. It's on the tip of my tongue. What's the word?
Pronunciation.
Pro. P-R-O, nunce. N-U-N-C-E, Asian. A-T-I-O-N. Pronunciation.
You missed it by one letter.
Okay.
Leslie, pronunciation.
How did this
Choke. She's gonna choke. She's pretty but not smart.
I think
She's
your phone just
gonna
died.
choke.
So this game's over because I can't see the words now.
Thank God.
Pronunciation. Do you know how to spell it?
I think so.
P-R-O-N-U-N.
Can you spell? She thinks she's so smart. But when it comes to live television,
okay, this is what I think it is, but PRONUNCTATION.
Wrong.
oh,
Really?
that's a shame.
I think
isn't
it's CIATION.
Oh.
Pronunciation.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't see the word anymore.
PRONUNCIATION.
That's what I said when I spelled it.
And the black sheep of the show, Waylon, wins the spelling bee.
I won!
We appreciate the spelling bee, sponsored by Eve Light 120s, the cigarette of Grandma Betty.
Well, I missed
B12, B12. Bingo!
B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O.
And Bingo was his name.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh! N-G-O. N-G-O.
Okay, why are we singing?
N-G-O. Bingo.
So,
'Cause
bunny trails or off the rails? I don't think this is real. Even makes
We sing in every episode. It's
We
kind
sure
of,
do.
it's our calling card.
Have you thought about
We're doing a gospel show, guys.
So,
Oh my God.
Be more natural.
I was singing at this wedding, and they said the dude was like real nervous, and he goes, "With this wing, I thee wed," and I was like. So anyway, it made me realize how many weddings I sang at. I saw all these people, and then I'm like, oh, they got a divorce, and they got a divorce. And,
Yeah.
you know, I got a divorce. I sang at my wedding. You
Well,
kept yours alive, though.
We did.
It
And
was
actually,
rough for a minute.
for about 7 years, wasn't it, babe?
Okay, I guess we'll just say that out loud.
Well, it was.
This is real.
This is real. Me and Waylon are very open and honest about what we have been through. And I'm not going to go into all that today, but I do actually, it's funny you say all that because I want to share something. Yesterday, out of nowhere, and I'm not, you and me have talked about this. What are you? JP! Oh my God!
Put this big chunk of pasta or something in the bottom of my
Did you say pasta?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like a meatball. Oh, spiritual.
We're talking spiritual. Anyway, back to serious. Drink your chunky coffee soup. So, what you were talking about
With the weddings and the divorces.
which is sad. And yes, me and Waylon, we have been through a lot. And it's, you and me have talked about this. You know how, like, I know that God talks to people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know that God talks to people, but when you're around somebody a lot and they're just like, well, God told me this and God told me that.
God's never been like, hey, Jake,
Oh, right.
get over there and play the lotto.
And that's right. And that's okay, but I do
Yet.
believe he does speak to some people like that. I do think God has spoken. He has spoken to me audibly. It has not been a lot. I've heard lots of no's. And I'm talking like when I've prayed about something, I've heard a no. Like, and it was not me. You know what I mean? He's given me probably more no's than he has yeses, but I understand why.
That's
You know
probably
what I mean?
with everybody.
I do believe God can speak to people. I do believe God talks to us in all different ways. I don't necessarily, like I said, I have heard his voice here and there throughout my life, but it's not, most of the time when I think I'm hearing, I'm like, okay, was that me?
Yeah,
or is that,
I'm always like that.
you know what I mean? And so, but I have to revert back to the word of God. But anyways, yesterday, it was out of nowhere. We're in the middle of work, and I literally felt like I was like, I post serious stuff on Facebook, and I post a lot of stupid, funny, dumb stuff too, which I think is funny. It's probably not really funny. But I literally felt like the Lord was like, post and remind somebody today that your marriage can be saved. People are going through stuff. And this is the
I
thing.
saw that.
And this is why Waylon and I, since we have gotten back together a few years back, and we have been very vocal about what God has done in our marriage, people have reached out to him and I. They're like, how did you guys do it? Like, what did you do? Like, did you go to counseling? Or just please pray for me. We've met with people. I've met with
struggling,
people one-on-one, like females, and then we've met with couples together. We've met with people one-on-one, males, whatever, and just met with them to help encourage them and pray for them, because we're not saying that just because it happened to us and it's going to happen to everybody, but it's all our responsibility to do our part. Sure. Waylon did his part. I've done my part, and we luckily, and thank God, we both came together and decided we're going to fight for this, but it takes two. So,
and it was, I mean, not to say miracles, but
it was.
I told Waylon,
like, move on.
It's done. I love her. I love you. It's done. Enough's enough.
And then he had other people on the other side saying, no, keep fighting.
I know. Way to go, JP.
No, but back to what I was saying is just, I literally felt like God wanted me to remind somebody, because I've been seeing it lately. I've been seeing people's Facebooks change to just the woman or just the man, and the last name changes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people are going through, like, obvious. And I don't question, I don't go and try to find the deets on what's going on with people unless it's like a close friend. But it just makes me sad, because people that you think will last forever, and you see something change, and you see that it's not, and people come to me in Wayland and say, oh my gosh, like y'all were one of the saddest stories. I thought you guys were going to make it. You guys looked like you had it all together. And we did. Yeah, I mean, on Facebook and on things like that, we did.
It did look like
it did, and there were happy times, but you know, it again, that our testimony isn't testimony for another day. But I felt like God was urging me to post this, and I posted this yesterday. This is from my own words. It's just, I don't know who needs to see this, but the Lord can save and radically transform your broken marriage. He did it for me. He will do it for you. Do not let Satan win. Fight for it. And I don't know who that was for, and it's so weird, because yesterday we went to the grocery store, ran into a guy, and he's like, I literally just saw your post, and me and my wife have been going through some things, and it really spoke to me, and we both said, you know, God, man, Satan has been fighting our marriage, and, you know, we've been trying to go to church, and then I invited him to our church. So the thing is that I knew, even if it was just for that person, people were commenting on it, you know, that yes, God has saved mine too. People that have reached out to Waylon and I, who I've prayed for, who we've seen God heal their marriage. Some marriages haven't been saved. And some of our friends they've already went through the divorce, and they're still like broken and hurting. And that post wasn't to condemn anybody, as, you know, some marriages don't work out. There's so many people who have went through so much, and they're fighting it. And man, this day and time, the number one thing Satan wants is to break up marriages, and especially godly marriages.
Your families, get rid of the men in the church, in the homes.
That's what he wants.
The absence of fathers in the home, I promise you, I bet, I say this all the time, but like you talk about your marriage being saved, like I talk about being not addicted to pills, you know, anymore. When something in your life is that significant, and God has touched you in such a big way, you can't help but share that.
No, and that's why.
It's your job.
It really is. It's, I mean, we have this testimony now, and I know that God has given and let us go through this, not to brag about, oh my gosh, our amazing marriage or whatever. Yes, our marriage is great, but that doesn't mean that we don't have struggles still. I'm still human, Waylon's still human, and that doesn't mean just because we've been through something, Satan ain't going to keep fighting. He's going to always keep fighting. But you know what? It's just like you. Every day is a choice. Every single day is a choice to, you know, work on and get better and grow and stronger in that, especially in that area that maybe you were weak at one time. And I'm so thankful that God has done it for me and Waylon, but he also, I just want people to know that, man, that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. It's Psalm 34:18. Yes. I wrote that down. Psalm 34:18 says, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those that are crushed in spirit. And whether you are the person who is the cause of the broken marriage, or the person on the other side, or it's both of you.
It's always
It's both. Usually both. It's usually both. Whether somebody did something or whatever has happened, it always takes two. But if you're going through something today, and you know you feel like, man, I don't have any hope left, because I was at a place. Sorry, I'm not crying. I was at a place where I thought there was no hope for Waylon and I. And I got to that place where there's no hope. There's been too much damage. There's no way back. So then I got to a place where I didn't care. I didn't care anymore. I didn't care if I just went on. I just wanted it to be over.
Reckless almost. You know, you just go and
I didn't even care. I kept myself so busy. Yeah. I kept myself
you were busy 24/7
because I didn't want to think.
You couldn't. Yeah,
I was a good person. I still loved Jesus the whole time, but I just didn't want to think anymore.
You're just hurting, and you wanted to escape it.
And whether it's drugs or money or busy, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, I'm talking about marriage specifically right now, but there is truly hope. There's hope for you, whether you are the only person fighting for your marriage. You are responsible for what you need to do. So you need to stay close to Jesus. You need to pray. You need to do everything you can in love, even though that's hard. And if God restores your marriage, awesome, then keep on going. And if it doesn't and it ends, he can restore you and your brokenness, and you can become better than ever, and God will. I do believe God has somebody for those who did everything. Like if if I had chose to kept going on and living my life and not caring and not surrendering and being obedient to try to come back and work on things with Waylon, I believe God would have blessed him with somebody so much greater than me, and would have blessed him in the future if he would have started dating. We know Waylon probably would have sat in a hole for the rest of his life.
He wouldn't have started dating. He wouldn't have left the house.
But the point is that God can restore you, and he can fix what's broken. He is close to those that are broken. And that also goes to show that, like, even if you have messed up, like, I don't live with guilt and shame anymore. And I'm not saying that pridefully. God is literally, I honestly, every time I'm in church and I hear a worship song, I weep, not because I have guilt or shame. I weep because I'm so thankful for that God has brought me.
And I wish people could grasp that, because the self-condemnation that they live with their whole life is a lie.
Yeah. I don't know what verse it is, but there's no more condemnation in Christ, those that are in Christ Jesus. When you give your heart to the Lord and you are living for Jesus and you're letting him in your life, there should be no more condemnation. He has taken it. It's almost like when I pray now, sometimes memories will come back and I'm like, God, man, I'm so sorry. Like, I was so disobedient. And it's almost like he's like, Leslie, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I honestly feel like that. Like, he truly is like, Leslie, you've already been forgiven. You have chosen to walk away from your sin. You have walked away from, I'm sure that there's things that maybe hang over you, even from the addictions that, and I'm sure that played effect on your marriage and your kids and things like that. Whatever it is, like, there is no more condemnation.
Yeah, and I'm like you, I don't have a guilt. I don't have there's stuff I regret, but again, I mean, surviving addiction to drugs, divorce in a very Christian public life, being a single parent, starting over again, people trying to ruin me because my best friends in the music world, threw me under the bus. Awful. My church fired me. You know what I mean? Like, my lifelong friends were like, I think I'm done. I was dead in every aspect of life, aspect of life. And and it can be like that for anything. That's the thing that this conversation is so cool. It's like a universal key or a universal puzzle piece. Right. Your marriage, or your body, your mind, your heart, your children,
your job, anything that you are facing and whatever. You're right. And there's nothing more that Satan wants is to take the junk that we've done and just keep on making you depressed, keep on giving you anxiety about it, keep on letting you overthink it. I've had to, literally pray for myself. Yeah. When we got back together, I literally had to put my hands on my head and be like, God, I know what you've called me to do is to fight for this marriage. That does not mean that I'm not going to struggle with the thoughts and the choices that I've made in the past, or still like past memories and things that I've done. I literally had to pray for myself daily and be like, God, I rebuke you, Satan, and God, fill me today with thoughts of you, because you could start thinking and dwelling on those, and then you're back in that place of depression again, thinking like, well, what am I doing? I'm just, I'm a failure. I'm all these things. That's what Satan wants. And then that's going to reflect on my marriage.
Is that whatever it is that you might be thinking of, or this conjured up a thought or whatever, if God is speaking, the devil's not going to say, someone told me this once and it makes sense to make it simple. Do you think the devil's like, Leslie, fight for your marriage? No. Right. So if you feel like, Jesus is in you, even though you're sinning, you're still a Christian. Do you know what I mean? That's what grace is, guys. So God is still talking. God is still in you. And he's like, fight for your marriage. And you're like, is this me or you? Well, duh. God wants you to fight for your marriage. Take care of yourself. Is that God telling me that, or Satan? Right. Satan wants you to eat better and exercise and drink water.
If you're thinking, I just probably shouldn't be hanging out with this group of friends, they're kind of leading me down a wrong path. That's not Satan. It's the Lord showing in common sense and things like that. Like your drug, there are things that are causing problems in your life and causing, bad things to happen. A lot of it's our own choices. Yep. But, through all of our bad choices, my gosh, thank the Lord for grace. Thank the Lord that I have learned and grown, still have so much to learn and grow in. But for our marriage, you know what I mean? My whole thing is that I just felt like I was supposed to post that yesterday. It's funny, not even an hour, a couple of hours later, we run into this guy in the grocery store that says, I just read your post, Leslie. And he had never even met Waylon. He was like, and he was just telling us like about, how it really encouraged him. So, and there was a guy, all these people were commenting great things like God has done it for me too. And amen. I've loved seeing, y'all be restored and things like that. And one guy who I know who has, battled with some struggles. I mean, he's struggled with some things in his marriage. I don't know the whole story. Literally commented, he was like, bullcrap, I mean, like he commented just that word on the post. And I just commented back and I said, look, I understand when you're in a place and you're trying, and there's no give on the other side. The other person's not wanting to.
Yeah.
There's, whatever. And I can't even imagine Waylon, like he was that person.
Yeah.
For a
That's
very long time.
Hopeless
he was,
feeling.
and he even said that he dealt with depression for some seasons, but he would pick himself back up and just try to, go on. And you know what? He waited and he did what, even if he didn't know the outcome, he knew he was doing what God called him to do, which was, I took a vow. I love this girl. God, you told me to keep loving her.
And that's the thing. And that when I think,
Not to crying.
Yeah. When I think about the time because we all still work together and we're very close friends, during that time. And it was weird because, you're separated, but we're together every day working, doing ministry. It's just weird.
We were around each other every day.
Yeah. So, but I remember him just loving you anyway. Like we would go out to eat and he would buy your meal and he would open the door. He would I remember he brought flowers to the recital.
For me.
And, and there's another guy there with you, you know what I mean? And I remember being like, this is so Jesus. That just to continue, I'm not saying he doesn't have any issues. God, he has tons. Anywho, I couldn't believe like he would do stuff like, go in your house and put your coffee cups that you like that you wouldn't, he knows that you wouldn't buy. Okay.
Yeah, he broke in my house. But, he waited and was obedient. And the thing is even if I never decided to be obedient and kind of lived my life and went on, God is going to still bless him for his obedience because he still calls each of us to do our part. So you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like this guy who posted and it was very upset on this page because obviously he's broken. I just said, I don't know your story. All I know is you've got to do your part. It does take two though. And I don't know what's going to happen, but we can't say that we're doing our part and not be in the word every day and not be praying and not be seeking after God and being like, well, you've got to be we all have to do our part. And that goes with anything in life, anything. It's our responsibility to do our part. But at the same time, in this whole topic, my main thing is that, yes, I believe God he's still a healer today. He can heal the broken. He can save your marriage. He can, or whatever you are, whatever you're facing. At the same time, if you have struggled and if there are issues going on and maybe you've caused them, maybe you haven't, you shouldn't be living in that guilt and shame. If you give it to the Lord, you come to Jesus, he can clean all that away.
Move on.
And you can move on and have peace in your life. No matter what, whether you're a marriage that has been healed or you're someone who maybe the marriage wasn't saved, but you can still move on and have peace in your life and true joy. Yeah. But you've got to let it go. You've got to lay it down at Jesus' feet. Be still and know I'm God. Remember, you got to be still, lay it down at his feet and walk away. You don't just hang on to it, and you've got to give it over to Jesus so he can really do the cleansing and the work in your life. We want to grab and keep picking up things, and we've just got to let things go, but also lay them in the Lord's hands so that he can do the work that he needs to do. And, I look back now, and I know it's crazy. I'm thankful we went through what we've went through. Yeah. Like, it's made me a better person.
Can you believe you're saying that?
No, I know.
I know.
And I'm telling you, went through hell.
Yeah.
Went through hell. In my own. And I'm not saying like with Waylon. I'm talking me personally. I went through a season of
Lots
hell.
Of stuff.
And what's it called? Like when God was doing polishing in my life. But he was also doing polishing in Waylon's life. Even though I was dealing with other issues, Waylon had some issues that he was dealing with.
Yours
fear
were just more public.
And whatever. Yeah. And so God.
Yes, they were.
They are. Mine are more out.
But
No
you're a
offense.
more public person.
But some people, there are people that are dealing with so many issues that are hidden, and everybody thinks they got it all together. And we know, the Lord knows. At the end of the day,
Hear this, and we'll stop. Okay. You're never too broken to belong. Never too wounded, never too far gone. Here you'll find Jesus and find your hope. You're never too broken to belong. That is the end of the show. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Suck it, Jimmy. Suck it. Take it away, girl.
Little respect, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Find out what it means to me. Suck it, Jimmy. Suck it, Jimmy. Suck it, Jimmy. Suck it, Jimmy. Suck it, Jimmy.
Oh my God.
Okay, I really think we should change the name to
We
Funny
are
Trails.
really
Funny
good
Trails.
at this show.
Leslie, back to marriages.
Okay, seriously.
Just like that.